Hey guys, it's Carrie Adam with RunningMoms.com, and welcome to this webinar on my favorite tips to get you started into running or to get you through your current program. And it's great. These are great tips for anybody, whether you're a beginner, you're an intermediate, you think you're an advanced runner. We all need to be reminded of the basics sometimes, especially if you're finding you're injured or you're tired and exhausted or you're feeling unmotivated to keep going. These are just great tips to go through and get back to. So I'm going to get straight into them. Let me switch my screen so you can see my handout. Okay, so my first tip is get fit for some shoes. Now, if you know me at all, you're going to know that if someone asks me about an injury and everyone answers and responds, just get new shoes, you'll fix it. My response will be, no, you need to get stronger. It's probably not the shoes. But before we even get into that, I do think that you do need to get fit properly for some shoes, especially when you're beginning or your shoes are wearing out and wearing down. Having good shoes is very helpful. Again, your strength is what's going to keep you strong, prevent your injuries, but shoes help too. I'm definitely a proponent of shoes. Not many of us are walking around bare feet all day in our normal days. We're always in shoes. So the best way to get some shoes, especially if you're beginning, is to go to your local running store. I always promote you to support local if you can. You have a small local specialized running store. They usually have really well-trained, passionate, excited employees about running who know what they're talking about. So give them a stop in there and they will get you fit for a good pair of shoes that fits you properly. You need a little bit of toe room so you're not jamming your toe. You need something that fits your kind of gait pattern, and they'll get you assessed for that. And if you get someone who doesn't look at your walking or a little stride and they just pick a shoe based on what you tell them, they probably don't know what they're talking about. And you definitely don't want to choose your first running shoe based on colors. You have to choose your running shoe based on fit. That's really important, you guys. And I hear that from people all the time. Our next tip is start slow. It doesn't matter how fast you go when you're starting out. The slower you go, the better. You just have to get yourself out there when you're beginning, and I seriously can't emphasize this enough. I don't want you pushing through. I don't want you sprinting or being really out of breath. You need to start slow when you're just beginning. You want to be able to make it through your run. You want to feel good about your run, and you want to be able to put the time in without overstressing your body that's just getting into running. It's really important to go slow, so don't look at paces, don't look at anything else except how you're feeling. And when you're finished your run, you should feel like maybe you had a little bit left, you could have went a little further. That's exactly where you want to stop, because if you're feeling exhausted at the end, chances are you're pushing too hard and you're going to end up with an injury. So I want you guys to think about going slow when you're just getting started and being comfortable. And even if you're doing one of the faster programs, when you're just doing an easy run, this is exactly the same thing for you. An easy run means take it easy. It means rest, let your body get through it without overstressing yourself. You're going to have days where you are going to push harder in your faster programs, but you're going to have days that are easy, and you need to take them easy. My third point is stick to the plan. I really want you guys, especially the beginners, to stick to the plan. And even some of you guys who are training for a faster program and maybe you're used to doing longer distances and you want to keep up those distances, stick to the plan you've chosen. Don't do more if you're feeling good, if you're feeling strong, tack on extra at the end. Just stick to the plan. As you're getting started, it might feel a bit too easy for you, and I know that that's how some people feel, but it is going to ramp up in time, in good time. I need you guys to build a really strong foundation of fitness, a foundation of endurance. And if your program is feeling too easy or it's feeling too hard, maybe you're in the wrong program. Let's get you put onto the right program. There's still time to make changes. You can make changes anytime to your plan, but when you're looking at that plan, look forward to it, because it is going to progress, and it progresses very strategically and very slowly over time, because I see it so often. People just want to run, so they just run, and they run hard and they run fast, and they either get injured, they get tired, they get bored, they get unmotivated. and then they quit. So I want you guys to run for a long time. I want you to run smart, and I want you to enjoy it, because if you can enjoy running, you're going to do it for a long time and you're going to stay injury free. So stick to your plan, you guys. Tip number 4 is it's okay to walk, and I encourage you to walk at any level. I run half marathons. I love it. I've been running for, 15, 20 years of my life. I always walk. I run for 12 minutes and I walk for 1 minute. Always. That never fails or falters for me. I think it's really, really important to do that. I'm not winning, and I think that's the key here, is none of us are winning, and you still are a runner, even if you take walk breaks. And the importance of the walk breaks are there's a whole number of reasons for walk breaks and interval training, and it lets your body and your mind recover. So when you're beginning, you need those breaks, because you couldn't run for 20 minutes straight. You'd get injured, you'd hate it, you'd feel exhausted. I don't want you there. I want you running a minute and 2 minutes off. And then eventually it's going to be 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. And then 5 minutes on and 1 minute off. We're going to change it. It's going to be strategic, but you need those breaks to let your body and your mind recover. It incorporates these small little goals into that one daunting long run task that you have ahead of you. You're going to be on the treadmill for 25 minutes. Sometimes that can feel awful, but what's going to feel good is knowing that I only have to run for 2 minutes, then I get a break. I get to run for 2 minutes, I get to have a break. I do this always. I always have. It makes my runs go quickly. I enjoy them, and it allows me to push again. So that rest allows you to replenish your body, rest your mind, and then know that you can push through that next phase. Even as you're getting tired, you still can go further. You'll be able to go further, and you'll be able to keep your posture and your good form up longer than if you would just go straight. So it's just a critical piece of training. And again, this is for anybody. If you're running long distances and you're feeling exhausted and unmotivated, or you're getting injured all the time, take a rest break. Run for 10 minutes. The running room always does 10-minute runs, 1 minute walk. I promote 12-minute runs, 1 minute walk. I find 10 minutes isn't enough. 12 minutes seems perfect. I kind of just made it up, but it works, and it works for most of the people that I train, and I encourage you to do it. When you get out to your actual race event, you can start doing it, and then you can skip some if you want to because of the adrenaline of the race. But in training, take breaks. Number 5 is I want you to think in minutes and not miles. If you put the time in now, the miles and the fitness are going to come, but just focus on the time at the beginning. Even when you're training in the longer miles, you have to think about both, because you're going to be putting in your 12K or 15K, but you're still going to be thinking in minutes. You're going to be splitting that into the 12-minute run, 1 minute walk. So that big long distance is still you achieve that by thinking in the minutes. And when you're at the beginning, this is a really important point. So I want you to think in the minutes and not focus so much on the miles. That's going to come later. If you put the work in each and every day, the fitness and the miles are going to come. Just get out there. I want you guys to plow through your quit zone. And I see this, I've run tons of these programs, and I see this happening between 2 and 4 weeks. So at week 2 and between week 2 and week 4 of the programs, everyone starts that first week really motivated. Everyone gets out that second week and they put a few runs in, and then that third week, we lose it. We lose you. You're overwhelmed, you're tired, you've gone too hard the first week. I want you guys to plow through that. I want you to be consistent. I want you to take walk breaks. I want you to stick to your plan. I want you to start slow. And I want you to put your workouts in your schedule and get them done, and get through this first 4 weeks. If you can get through the first 4 weeks and stick with us, chances are you're going to make it to the end of the program. I want you at the end of the program. Right, and so we're going to go to 7 is be patient and celebrate your small victories. And if you put the time in, the results are going to happen. And this is not a quick fix. This is not a diet. This is not a fad exercise program. This is running, and it's going to take time. When you incorporate it with the right eating and the right mindset, the results are going to come. You are going to feel better. It is going to get easier. You're not going to be as tired or sore, and you're going to be able to run further and further all the time. I want you guys to be proud of yourself for getting every single run in. I want you to be proud for fitting it into your busy schedule. I want you to Reward yourself with your scheduled days off, because rest days are important. Don't think you have to be out there running every day, because you don't. You need to be running on the days that your schedule says run, and trying to fit a small strength workout in the days that your plan says strength. And I want you to celebrate the small stuff. You might not feel good after your run as you're getting started. It might be really hard. You might miss a day or 2 workouts, but then you're going to get back out eventually for the next workout. And I want you to celebrate that. If you had a good day of eating, I want you to celebrate that. If you started your workout but your kids got crazy and you couldn't finish it, I still want you to celebrate this, whatever you did achieve. And I want you to share it with the group, because that is what's going to keep you going, celebrating the small stuff. I love my workout plan, and I've told you guys to print your workout plan and put it somewhere where you can see it, because I want you to put that big fat X on your workout plan. That is going to feel really good for you to see those X's on there, okay? And I want you to tell us about it, so don't be shy in the group. Tell us. And then I don't want you to, when I say celebrate, I don't want you to celebrate it with fast food or cake, because that's only taking you further away from your goal when we celebrate it with food. So I want you to just celebrate it by cheering yourself on in the group. And if you stick to it for a month, go and buy yourself a really cute running shirt or something, and just celebrate those small victories, you guys. It's more important than you realize. And that leads me to take a selfie of how good you feel when you're out. When you're out, you're running, and you're done your run, and you're feeling good, and you're looking sweaty, and you're looking awesome. Just take a picture of yourself and share it with the group. Like, we're your team. We're here to support you. We want to see you, and we want to celebrate with you. So share with us. That's going to feel so good. Don't be shy, you guys. And then my last tip is keep a journal. And this is sort of what your training plan is, that calendar I gave you. It's like your journal. You can use that, or you can get yourself a little journal and keep a little book and write down what it feels like at these beginning days, or what it feels like at the beginning of your program. Mark everything off. Sorry, it is so windy here. A big gust is just coming through. I want you to write it down. I want you to remember what it feels like, because in a month or 2 months, when you look back at the effort you've put in, and maybe you're having a hard day and you can't get out and you feel like this is going nowhere, you're going to look back at the beginning and see how hard it was to run for that 1 minute, walk for 2, and how that felt and how exhausted you were. But now you're up to running for 5 minutes, and you're up to getting closer to that 5K goal, and you're going to see how far you've come. And comparing yourself to how far you've come is just so motivating to keep you on track. You got to keep looking back at your progress and not ahead at how far you have to go, or how hard it seems some days when the kids are crazy and you have no time. Just keep that journal. It can be really, really powerful to write stuff down, you guys. So those are my favorite beginner tips as you're getting started. And again, even if you're not just getting started, you're running faster, you're running further, these are still good tips to keep in mind and apply to yourself, and see where you're at. And keep in mind that change and running and strength, they don't happen overnight as much as we want it to. And I know our society, we want everything right now. We want to take that pill that's going to make us skinny, that's going to make us feel good, but you have to work for it. And if you can put the work in every single day that you need to be putting in, the hard days, the busy days, the tired days, if you just keep putting the work in, it's going to be worth it, you guys. I know it. I can guarantee it, and it could change your life. But it's hard. This isn't a diet. This isn't a pill. This isn't the quick fix. It's a sustainable, long-term lifestyle that you're entering as you're taking on this 5K training, or you're running 10K or half marathon, or whatever it is that you are trying to do. Even if it's just getting started and you're not even training for a distance, you still need to put the work in. I'm giving you the work that you need to put in each and every day, each and every week. I know you guys can do it. So let me change back so you guys can see me. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I went through that pretty quickly. If you have any questions, jump into the Facebook group. I'm going to try to do another one of these coaching calls again, so you guys can ask me some questions live. That will be great. I hope that was helpful, and this is really fun for me to get you guys up, to get you guys moving, to get you guys motivated, and to keep you into the program, keep you focused, because I know it's easy to fall off track and feel guilty, and then I don't hear from you again. I don't want to hear from you. So I can't help you if I don't know what's going on with you. So please reach out if you need. This is important to me. It's important for you. You need to do this, and I'm excited that you're here. Thanks, you guys. Is anyone there? Does anyone have any questions that they want to ask me? No? Okay. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day and happy running this weekend.